Ever tried making it in a world where your only neighbors are cardboard boxes and street lamps? No house, no safety net, just cigarettes and fentanyl. Today, I'm playing as a homeless guy. But not just a regular homeless guy. I'm playing as the one and only the Bowery King. Compared to John Wick that embraced his solitary way of living, the Bowery King is a symbol of unity and hard work. And that's why in this video, I'm gonna try to get rich without having a house or apartments while also involving as many people as possible during the process. But I don't wanna get ahead of myself and start with making my own characters exactly like him, the Bowery King. And definitely not to look like Mike Tyson, but I tried my best. Dude, I can't even make him fat, unfortunately. While getting a homeless look is not an instant action, I have to spend all my starting money, bought a homeless attire that ironically cost a fortune, and also hanging out with the right people for the occasion. But don't lump him with these people. The Bowery King is different.
Hi.
He doesn't want to stay like this, so he walked away from the homeless community and looked for opportunities in the outside world. Most of you couldn't even relate. But being homeless is extremely tough as literally there is almost zero chances of bettering your life. So unfortunately, the Bowery King has no other choice than dive deeper into the world of depravity to the point that he can come out from the other side and live prosperously. With that, I set up a plan. Drugs, violence, and gambling. And don't worry, I have a perfect plan to tackle every single one of those, so click that like button and subscribe as well, because if not, those three things will happen to your life. The easiest thing to do within all the three options I said before is violence. Because we don't really have any access to get to drugs, let alone gambling, as money is pretty much the core instruments to do all those things. So for my first ever dollar, I tried robbing convenience stores, but the money is only enough for a day and the risk is too much. It's definitely not worth the effort. Unless if I want to collect some ammo from the dead body, but that obviously not worth it. Also, I apologize for having this dog shit ass filter right now, since this was recorded on Halloween and there wasn't any options to toggle the filters unless you wear those colored glasses. But you have to be in first person, so no. But anyway, there's also a stash house that appears once a day that we can rob, thanks to Geralt as my plug. I don't quite have a lot of ammo as I stole these guns from the police car before, but I believe it's enough to take out the... whoops. I forgot I'm not John Wick anymore. But the Bowery King is still ruthless and definitely can handle himself well. I found the password on sticky notes because these bikers are very irresponsible, but thanks to that, I could open the safe, steal what's inside and made my way out. All of that gave me $30,000. A decent grab for my second robbery. Since Halloween is still going at the moment, I found a UFO close to me and decided to pay them a visit. The aliens might give me money or at least a good life. But they disappeared. With shooting and violence went quite well. I want to see other opportunities I can get, and this time it's either go big or go home. Let's gamble! I walk into the casino with nothing but hope, and to my surprise, everyone is very welcoming. They were hoping I'm gonna be the biggest contributor of this place, just like the last homeless person, but the Bowery King is smart. He ain't falling for this. So after buying the membership for $500 and headed straight to the wheel, I gave it a good spin. I got a discount voucher for the bicycle shop, and I cannot even buy them. Since I wasn't lucky on the spin, I think I can sense my luck within these slot machines. And so, I pressed the button, again and again. I won, but I also lost. The addiction went inside our head without realizing, and so, we left the casino. Nah, dude, where's this mechanic coming from? I don't even own a garage, man. But alright, okay. I'll get that 10 back with the money I got from the armored car. Actually, I forgot I don't have any sticky bombs, so I stole the car, lose the cops, and bring it to the ammunition so I can open it without despawning the truck. 25 grand. Not bad. I also got another resource from Geralt again. 16,000 and some ammo and snacks. That's enough for a week. With all that going on, I still think I cannot keep doing this, as I need more money, and even better if I can get a stable income source. But with what I have at the moment, I can invest in myself, and by that, I mean buying more weapons and ammos. We got a compact rifle and a bullpup shotgun. They are free. This will save me some pocket money that I can use for something else later on. Geralt's been looking out for me. So I figured I would ask him for something more official, real work, you know. Turns out I'm kinda employed now as a semi-hitman and a career. But how about the pay? Let's just say it won't cover much. After just a day of grinding and realizing the gig isn't good, I hang the cape and look for another money grinding method. Eventually, we ran into some junkies in the desert. Meet Dax. He is a local medical consultant along with Lab Rat and Luchadora. They are quite new in Los Santos, and if you ask what they are represents, drugs, acid. So the local meeting got ambushed by the bikers, probably still looking for me as well since I raided their warehouses the other day. But this is also my opportunity to give the troop the complimentary service as their welcoming gift by taking out the bikers. We came prepared and also got a vantage point, so we took down a bunch of them. Unfortunately, those filthy bikers stole Dax's RV and that has somehow become my responsibility, but because I'm here to service my guesses, we will take it back. For the Bowery King, obviously this is not a problem at all. We took the RV and they told me to drive exactly to a specific location that is quite hidden in the middle of Los Santos. The empty warehouse turned into their new place and we will be the squatters for a while, and it's called the Freak Shop. This will be my current home. Of course they're gonna let me stay. I helped them get this place. Not to mention, every mission rewards me with $20,000 and an additional $50,000 for the first time completion. I'm starting to see a few investment opportunities here. So, outside of their main missions, Dax actually opens a part-time employment for doing his errands. It's called the Fooligan Jobs. It's quite mandatory for me to complete all the Fooligan jobs, and you will know why later on. So, Dax, being a kind man he is, tasked me to destroy a wheat production farm owned by the Epsilon cult because he said those weeds are weak as fuck. I know drugs is the one we're doing right now, but we're more of a distributor and not a consumer, so I don't quite get how they would taste or feel, just to be clear here. So after acquiring the juice Lab Rat has been cooking, I went to the warehouse, killed every single cult members and poisoned their water supply. Now, I think the most idiotic thing we can do right now is to turn on the sprinklers while we're still inside, right? Well, I don't know why there isn't an option to open the back door, but this turned into a psychedelic adventures with aliens and clowns. And this happens for quite some times. Let's not do that again, bro. I still want to keep Dax besides me because he brings me money. For the next missions, we were told about the chemical supply available to get in docks, but the operations got ambushed by the bikers once again. Not only I died, they also destroyed the truck with what's inside. Dax is angry, and he raised me from the dead, killed all the bikers on their base camp, and stole every unregulated medical substances available in the buildings before finally back to the Freak Shop. Then, Dax directs us to attack the bikers' headquarters. My objectives is not only to kill the bikers actually, but instead destroy their bikes, vans, trailers, and kill as many as I possibly could. But Dax is ruthless like the Bowery King, and he didn't stop there. Remember the place when we got the RV back? That's right, we're going there again to steal whatever they have this time. Some weed, or perhaps cocaine. And to close the operation, we stole a dodo and give it to Dax instead. The loss is heavily crippled. Remember Trevor? Yeah, he's nothing compared to Dax. Now to celebrate my arrival, they held a welcoming party and they got beers. Unless, it's not beers, but acid instead. God damn it, Dax. I don't want to do this again. This time the psychedelic adventures gone intense compared to the previous events with the Epsilons, because we drank the whole thing. After killing the rabbits and falling from 2,000 feet above, we survived the whole thing. I like the title of this mission. Make war, not love. This is the foundations of the Fooligan. We ain't having good sports with our competitions, but I was a little confused. Like, do hippies actually compete with each other? Like, who's gonna overdose first, like that? I'm joking, of course. Instead of asking questions, we went along with it. Killed a bunch of them while lighting their camps on fire, including the altruists, man. They were catching strays as well. Looks like pharmaceutical business are a great opportunity since these guys have an expensive chopper like the Valkyrie here, and that actually sparks the idea to run our own acid business. We might have Lab Rat as the acid bartender, but we need something else to, let's say, a mobile operation for drugs. That's right, it's called the Acid Lab. However, such vehicles cannot be easily acquired, so Dax told us to steal it from the humane labs. The main objectives are actually something else. The precursor chemical. What is that actually? Labrat actually tells us about this, but
Precursor chemical decks? Oh, great question, fresh meat. I got no freaking idea. But I'm gonna hand you over to my personal physician for the nerd stuff. The building blocks. I'm gonna spare you the lecture on organic chem and just say acid's not meth, you know what I mean?
TLDR, it's illegal chems. So in the humane labs, we found the train schedule and proceed to intercept the whole railway, causing the train to crash and contaminate the surrounding area. This is what they call bioterrorism. But hey, anything we can do to survive, right? Or to get high? Anyway, the location is surrounded by Meriwethers and I have to get through like, I think 7 containers to get 5 precursor chemicals. They keep shooting me non-stop, but the Bowery King is capable enough to handle himself as long as we prioritize the choppers. Once I got all the chemicals, apparently this train is also transporting the briquette as well. Looks like Christmas came early, boys. So I stole that too, and that's the end of the first dose. Once we deliver the briquette, there are a couple more things we need to do to turn the briquette into an acid lab. I don't quite understand why would we need more chemicals even though not a minute ago I just brought them the precursor chems, and not only that, I have to pay $750,000 to set up the acid lab. Holy shit, I could barely afford a meal, bro. But thanks to Dex, by completing the first dose missions, I got 600,000, and to fulfill the rest of the numbers, I did the hooligan job straight up. Dex told me to do the most evil thing to the bikers. Remember, right now, the bikers already on the ceasefire with us, but Dex really went scorched earth this time. So we went to the Go Postal Depot, steal the van, and while at it, I also have to pretend that I had a job in the Go Postal by wearing the uniform. After that, we put an explosive to the van and went to another headquarters owned by the Lost, killing them with a single explosion. Dax is crazy, but I got 50k from the job, so it's fine. Every hooligan missions will grant me $50,000, however, the cooldown is 48 minutes, which is pretty long for a side mission. Not long after losing the cops, Dax called me to do another stuff with him.
Screaming. 3,
Tell my mother I love her!
2, 1, 0!
See, I'm not lying when I say he's crazy. When Labrat is high on those meds, Dax pull out an RPG and that instantly wake him up. He's crazy, but he solves problems. That's why I follow him. For now. However, those fully gagging moments resulting Labrat to get kidnapped by some strange people, and for the 1000th times, the shootout begins. Okay, so everything went fine at first as our only objective now is to defend the place and survive. However, I got pulverized by the choppers and died. Now when I came back, I encountered a bug where the enemies are infinitely spawned. This is not the first time as I did the video like 9 months ago and experiencing the same thing. I guess this is a very punishing skill check mechanic given by Rockstar themselves. Since that bug actually depleted a lot of my ammo, I spent a bunch of my money refilling the magazine. Before going back to the last dose missions, I played one of the hooligan job just to get extra money. But I regret it right away. Not because this mission is hard or anything, but the location is very far away. I have to steal a helicopter just to save time. Don't ask the king where he got the pilot license. And not only that, I have to make my way to steal a crop duster and fly this thing while poisoning every single wheat farm we found. There are 3 random locations and all of them are quite far from each other. The crop duster itself is pretty fragile. A few shots and the smoke came out. Now the good thing is, if I accidentally did an oopsie and destroyed the plane, it will keep spawning on the locations we acquired it in the first place, so trial and error is pretty much welcome in this mission. Also, while at it, I also got a chance to take a solid picture of a ghost, and the ghost exposure media rewarded me with another 20k. And with that, we have gathered more than 750,000 to set up an acid lab. From homeless to an uprising drug dealer. But this is just the beginning of our journey. So the acid lab can produce acid. Well, if you haven't figured that out, it was made by Mutt, Labrat's assistant. However, we still have to put some work on getting the supplies and selling the final product. My first ever supplies is the Ludamol. Where did I get that from? The Ludamol. To be honest, the supplies only last for a short time, only to turn into a few assets to sell. But at least we got the small business running for now. So I will frequently come back here after helping Dax. I replayed the missions where we have to defend the place and managed to survive without dying a single time. Dax is furious, and he decided that the only way to track him down is to roll up on every hippies, bikers in Los Santos and squeeze out every information possible until the last group of the high-end hipsters told us something interesting.
But there's some guys in white on Elysian Island, some kind of new wellness venture my dad's gonna invest in. That's all I can tell you!
Some kind of company or organizations, very rich. They might be the one who kidnapped Lab Rat. So I went to their warehouse and gathered some intel, some solid ones to be sure. The building is right in the middle of the city and it was like a commercial building. Quite surprising. We went in quietly, but the Bowery King is not much of a stealthy guy. But we're still able to get what we want and kill as many as we can along the way. We rendezvous with Luchadora on the ground floor and went underground to find Lab Rat, where a bunch of guys in white shows up. I'm glad they're not wearing the hood, or I might mistaken their purpose here. Eventually, their purpose is to create a specific medication that might get you higher than acid, with Lab Rat as their test subject. And who's the one behind all of these shenanigans? He's none other than Isaiah Friedlander, the lunatic himself. Obviously, we reject the idea and took Lab Rat away from him. I thought Friedlander was only a therapist and not a rich cult leader. Well, he's rich for sure, that's true. Lab Rat is back safe and sound and it's time for a payback. But not before restocking the acid lab, because for a single supplies, they only produce $17,000 for a product. I need more. So this time, we are screwing the Vagos. I forgot to mention, my brigade was upgraded with a massive shovel in front of it, so it can just ram everything out of the way. There are a few barrels of chemicals that can produce some good stuffs if mixed correctly, and it was inside this warehouse. There are a few variations of this mission, but the premise is always the same. Get inside the warehouse, kill everyone, drive a forklift and get those barrels and put them inside the truck. One of the easiest resupply mission in my opinion. So the Dex and the troops are going to confront Friedlander in his house. The game told me to follow Dex, but I refused because that RV is slow as fuck. When I arrived at the mansion, I also refused to kill all of those men in whites and only took down a few that is blocking me from entering the mansion. But Friedlander is one step ahead already. He blasted us with those chemicals right when I kicked the door. You know I hate this, right? But I have to get through all of these schizo shit, shooting my way out of my delusions, and woke up in the middle of Vinewood Hills. I told you, man, like, dealing with drugs is no good. But somehow, Dax enjoyed the whole process, apparently.
Friedlander may be a human hemorrhoid, but he's got some good shit!
Well, he was there apparently, but he showed up late. I guess this is where the story shifted, and Dax is no longer do it for revenge. For the final mission, we have to intercept the cargo plane. Not going for the Friedlander though, but his chemicals instead. With massive willpower and determination, the Vellum that I fly is able to outspeed a plane with multiple turbofan engine. As we land gracefully inside the cargo plane, we really have to make our way to the cockpit. I believe all of these crates are chemicals we're looking for, but I got no time to check and start gunning down these deluded people. Apparently, Friedlander deceived us by hiding in one of those crates with only a snack and a Playboy magazine, and now abandoning the plane to its demise. We thought we can hit two birds with one stone, but apparently, Dax is the only one who gets stoned. So the Bowery King took control of the plane and managed to land it safely, just like in the movie. But it's not stopping there. There are a lot of goodies to transport, so we need a long time to move them out, and the cops will arrive shortly. So there's no other choice than embracing a defensive stance. I kept myself alive so I can protect Dax and the others while they moving the crates to the truck. Once that done, I quickly jumped into the truck and made my way out of there while Luchadora distract the cops. I remember the escape part can be annoying with the chopper and the enhanced ground units, and I didn't learn a single thing from my own video. Actually, no, I did learn a different method to lose the cops by going off-road and eventually avoid the chopper as well. With that, we closed the last dose missions by getting high and spawn on the top of Mount Chiliad. I have gained another 500k for doing the last dose, and I already have an investment plan for the money.
Us homeless folk do have to stick together now, don't we?
As a homeless man, I want to stay faithful to my role and keep my nomadic lifestyle as long as I could. Therefore, the acid lab will be my mobile home. Also, as one of my business venture, I can also upgrade the equipment and produce more acid. However, it requires me to play 10 hooligan jobs. I'm up for it. That's when I didn't know there's one of those missions that can be very, very annoying. So, I was tasked to destroy the Meriwether's operations. They're gonna get the bikers' treatments from Dax. However, the targets are all over the maps and each one of them are different vehicles, ranging from a dune buggy to an insurgent pickups. They can be pretty fast, but sometimes it was a stationary vehicle, so driving the brigade might not be a good idea. Now, what I did wrong here, I didn't know apparently you can get a buzzer to ease the whole mission. And after killing some of them, Dax contacted us to go to the Merryweather depot. Now, this final part is actually insane if you're not well prepared. We, as the homeless people, don't really have sustainable firepower against a whole battalion. We might be able to kill some of them and destroy some of the properties, but then reinforcements arrived, and they really pinned me down for a long ass time. Don't even think to use a chopper in this situation, as they have anti-air defense in this camp, so we will get shot right away mid-air. But since we're on the ground, we might be able to think of something. Actually, no, I couldn't think of anything, rather than killing the chopper as my priorities. But that made me forget about those infantry units, or even the marksman insurgents. Yikes. This is, no doubt, is the hardest hooligan job. One of the issue here, I don't have any RPGs or homing launchers at the moment, so that really contributes to my defeat. The timer popped out, and that really means I have spent too much time in this mission to the point that Rockstar has enough of it. We only have 2 targets left and finally able to destroy them in a very short time. Once that's done, the last thing I have to do is escape. I took anything I could drive, and that is a dirt bike, and made my way out as fast as possible. Merryweather is chasing me and I'm trying to keep it together, but I hit a bump on the road and launched my ass off to the moon, beating Elon and the SpaceX. But it comes to my surprise, I didn't die at the time because the chopper missed his shot. I escaped the chopper. But not the cars. They shot me down. I still have 2 minutes left. Time is still on my side. I think the same squad driving the insurgent approached my spawn point, and I was lucky enough to kill them before the chopper killed me. This is it. This is my getaway vehicle, as the car is protected with steel plate armor. If I dive deep into the lake, the chopper wouldn't have visual on us, so... Okay, you know what? Fuck those guys. Screw these flying assholes. 30 seconds left. I don't think I could make it, but if I can just hope, man, if I can just hope, because restarting the mission or probably replaying the mission in the future would be... Oh man, it would be a huge hassle. Holy shite! We actually made it! I hope I never encounter this mission again. Well, that obviously didn't happen. The grind isn't stopping anytime soon. Not only I'm still working for Dax, I'll try to sell my products to some retailers and gain a little bit of money. I also keep supplying the acid lab by stealing some from the kind neighbor, Merryweather. No, actually they want to steal it from us because the dropshipper is Mutt's friend. I tried to play regular old missions like the RV missions, but the pay wasn't worth it. So I dipped out before finishing the mission. I also went back to the casino once in a while to see if we got blessed with some cash maybe. With that, I still have responsibility that I didn't neglect, and that is my source of income as an aspiring drug dealer. During the resupplying mission, I got abducted by aliens. I was thinking I'm gonna get those kind of treatments by those creatures, but instead, I was dropped at the military base. So I escaped and got back on the mission. Since I was looking for another non-official work, another opportunity that allows me to get another income is animal photography. Take pictures of 3 different animals by their request every 24 hours. It was an easy 20k for each animals. Maybe I got a little problem with the chicken hawk. I never knew there is a chicken that is a hawk as well. But thanks to GTA, I learned something new every day. I have worked really hard for almost 10 hours even though the acid labs still have a room for more products. I thought at the time, I've sowed enough seed and it's time to reap the harvest. My other intention is to know what kind of missions I'm dealing with and what kind of customers ordering from a shady guy like me. So to deliver the assets, we're using the bike. Very handy, right? I like the manches actually, a lot. And we only have to deliver to 10 customers. By throwing those assets to some designated spots, usually inside the box or the crate. But this is some VIP deliveries. I should be at least getting a tip. This is probably the chillest selling missions ever. Might took a while if you're bad at aiming, but it only took a few minutes and it was done in the morning. Shit is bright already. I threw my last package, left the area and received $190,000. Not bad for my first sales. Oh, sorry, my second actually. The first one didn't pay as big as this one. See, involving myself with DRUG is never a good decision in the first place. However, it's totally not my fault at all. Like, I'm not a consumer. The time that I consumed those substances was without my consent. Most of the time. It's all because of Dax. The bad influence brings the schizo level in my head to the level that I got killed by my doppelganger in Mount Chiliad. I don't even know when I got here. But all of that is pretty much necessary, as completing 10 fully gun jobs from Dex allows me to upgrade the acid lab equipment so it can produce more acids. And with that, we can now close the chapter of the fully guns and move to another page of the story of the Bowery King. We have established a stable income, we have connections, but it's not nearly enough as something the Bowery King imagined. From this point on, the goal has changed. I want to collect every single service vehicles to stay true to the homeless run. And all of that without having a single house or property in general. Well, except certain buildings that are mandatory to get in order to unlock certain vehicles, for example, the bunker. So our main priority right now is expanding. I bought a free bunker in the Polito Bay and meet Agent 14, who is kind enough to give his empty bunker to a homeless guy and called me a hero.
And you were delusional. Remember that.
I know, it's very lonely to live in an isolated bunker by myself, so while I keep doing the same thing with the acid lab, I venture back to Los Santos, looking for opportunity in the car meet, but because we don't have a car... Oh wait, we do have a car. A super car actually. Ocelot Virtue. This is a car owned by Friedlander himself, but it got abandoned after we took over the cargo ship, and now it's mine. But honestly, there is nothing much we can do here, so while I was in the city, I asked Geralt for a quick job by protecting his supplies. I'm just here supporting my fellow entrepreneur, including Dex, again. With the worst mission. Yes, I told you, like, I played this mission again and again, but this time I did it correctly. But still, it's not enjoyable. After spending my daily routine, I look into the Warstock website and a massive trailer is apparently on discount. I thought maybe an upgrade is necessary for my quality of life, but the MOC is not only a trailer for my new home. It has one bay to store a car, so finally I can legitimately own a supercar from Dr. Friedlander. And not only that, it also provides military services to clienteles who ask for help. And eventually, selling acid starting to become too risky as the cops sniffing my trail after we delivered my last package. So our decision is to move to another line of business. But what I didn't expect is in order to play these missions, I have to complete the right amount of resupplying missions for the bunker. I need to resupply for 14 times in order to unlock all the 8 missions. It's gonna be a long and tedious work for the Bowery King. But not everything is bad. Getting some supplies for the bunker will also increase the stock of weaponry, and those equipments can be sold for quite some money. The operating bunker also produces some excess weapon parts that can also be sold separately to ammunition. Extra 50k? I'll take it. Now let's talk about the bunker. Resupply missions has a lot of varieties. It can be as easy as stealing a truck and drive it right to the bunker, but it can also be a complicated task like stealing a speedboat to intercept a plane that drops the supplies. And after all of that, we still have to deliver those supplies by ourselves, while getting chased by the Koreans. That can be tough, but other missions allows me to drive a tank. Genuinely, tank beats everything. As I keep doing the same usual thing and they all rotated between each other because all of them has cooldowns, it quickly becomes boring. We were so bored and high at the same time that the most interesting thing that can happen between this time is fighting a monster. I don't even know what the hell is that thing. But thanks to the insurgent I stole from the Meriwether, the threat has been dismissed. Killing that thing didn't get me anything. I think I gotta stay away from drugs. While those substances affects negatively to my body, gambling on the other hand, I think I should stop calling it gambling. But I spin the wheel in the casino and got a car! Yay! However, this time I couldn't accept the car as we only have one spot in the MOC bay, so unfortunately I have to throw the penetrator, diabolical name by the way, away because the Virtue is faster and a lot more resistance towards explosions. Past 24 hours, we're still doing the same thing as 10 hours ago, and the bunker is now filled with weapons for sale. Not waiting to fill the whole storehouse, I think it's fine to sell them now. This is the only time I will do a sell missions for the bunker because I need money. So for this mission, we were tasked to deliver 2 insurgents to the buyer, but there's only one driver, and that is me. That means we have to go back and forth for this particular mission. Not an issue at all. The Bowery King got premium license to fly any aircraft in Los Santos. That is a great reward from flying those dusters a few hours ago. It was done in less than 15 minutes and I got 375k in total sales. It's a decent money for now. As my business going bigger and bigger, we have done more than 14 resupplies and unlocked all the MOC missions. Lucky for me, those connections from my last gig paid off and I'm not playing solo this time. And by asking people to join my Discord in my previous video, I welcome every single one of you that join. Please get comfortable, eat some snacks, make yourself at home. Anyway, this is EJ. He's the first person to join the operation. Severe weather patterns, where we get requested to, once again, intercept the Meriwether operation. They never learn. So me and EJ get into this weaponized buggy and make our way to the Meriwether convoy. This buggy is equipped with the LMG that is operated by EJ. I believe he's a good shooter. There are 2 cargo bobs in this mission and they were all taken down without dropping a sweat at all. Even the Titan with heavy reinforcements on the ground couldn't stop a single buggy with a machine gun. What a bunch of incompetent losers. Holy, let's go buddy. As easy as the missions could get, I understand if the payout were also very little, despite the danger we have to face. Second mission is the half-track bully. Exactly as the mission title said, we have to bully the Meriwether using the half-track truck or whatever that is. But I was the one that got bullied on my first attempt. This is where Clueless joined the troop. He's back after helping John Wick previously and now he's helping once again to get that half thingy. The mission started by using a dinghy to infiltrate the Meriwether. I'm sorry, I'm just feeling so bad for these guys. But yeah, we got up there and start killing them all quietly. Wait, hold on, they're not Meriwether. I take back my words, I'm not feeling sorry for them now. I think they're the Koreans, or probably other gangs, I don't know. Once we reach the truck, I start hacking while defending our positions before finally able to get into that thing. With EJ as a gunner, I just have to peacefully drive to the delivery point. Hold F to the gun. To go to the gun. Alright, nice. Kill them all! Also, a little bit of advice here. You might want to destroy the chopper fast because they're using explosive bullets that can kill the half-track in no time. I gotta invite my squad to enjoy the luxury as well. And you can get some fruits here. See? Some fruits and wash your hand. Don't worry man, it's all white here, so please do not litter, do not like... So much for the caring homeless community right here. One of my favorite missions is called the exit strategy. I never realized we started from looting warehouses to work with the government. Well, I mean the corrupt side of the government, but still, it was a humble beginning. Agent 14 provides us with a Night Shark and an anti-aircraft. So the whole operations is to protect a few dignitaries that are about to leave the country. Ironically, they were all chased by cops. So I suspect these are shady people that's supposed to get shot. But we're here to get paid, so thanks to me... no, Clueless actually. Since he is the one pulling the trigger. Yeah, maybe this count as act of terrorism as Agent 14 said, but 20k is 20k. Same goes with the next mission. Damn, all this budget can spend on paying us instead. Like, we don't need this fancy schmancy tank that can drive on water. Just give me the dinghy and we'll get the job done. So you're actually eating roadkill just like Wednesday Addams? There it is. Alright, nice. Keep killing them. Keep killing them, Osh.
Locked and loaded. Get to the drop-off and we'll pick her up.
Chill. Holy shit. Oh my god, oh no, okay, he's still alive, I'm surprised. Alright, next mission. We got a fully upgraded MOC that has weapons inside. Mine doesn't have any weapon because I'm too broke to buy them. I mean, I don't even wear shoes, so don't expect me to buy a 50 cal turret on a container. Basically, the premise is very much basic. Deliver the MOC and it's done. But of course, if we can survive the whole entire army that came for us. At the same time, we're not allowed to stop by any chance. And with my exceptional driving skills... They're the gunners, but fucking hell, dog shit ass. No way. Oh, please no, guy. Please no, please no. Yeah. Fuck that wooden pole. I was getting straight A's on my driving test though. Since they're not believing in my exceptional driving skills, so Clueless is the one driving this time. And by the looks of it, maybe it's best for me to operate the turret instead. God damn. Okay, in the count of 3, let's forget that mission, alright? 1, 2, 3. Alright, let's put that mission aside. We're driving the Tampa with double machine guns and missiles equipped. And it was an easy mission. No one's struggling here. However, next mission after that, the data breach, can be a little tough for someone that almost never used the oppressor. So we got into a little problem here. It's not pretty good, it's so good. No! But they are fast learners and we made it on the second attempt. Now, the big issue is on the last mission. Work dispute. Since last time we delivered all the oppressors to the plane, this time we have to jump down while driving the oppressor. I think the airport and the dock is only a few minutes away, so why are we doing this? Oh, of course we have to do this because it looks cool, it looks badass. We all jumping down and destroy everything that exists down there. However, apparently it's not that simple. Oh my god. First of all, what we are driving right now is Oppressor Mark 1 that can glide but not fly. And so with a bunch of enemies in the area, I think it was not a good idea to keep the battle on the ground. For whatever reasons, we have to keep the wheels up in the air while shooting missiles. Also, those insurgents can kill us in an instant, so might want to kill that one first before going for the trailers. Nice! It took us multiple deaths until we got a grip on how to control this thing, while maintaining distance with every enemies because the bike gives us no protection whatsoever. After destroying everything, we got informed that all of them are decoys. Great job! The real operation center is actually on the move, so we work on it for the last time. Oh, fuck off! Dude, chill. Okay. Whoa! How many rockets does it take? Oh my, that is insane. Oh, okay. We did it, boys. Let's run.
Want to be recognized as a great person? Upgrade to VIP status and...
Oh, this is my second time to get the car. Hooray! Still though, I cannot receive the penetrator because I don't want to buy a garage. And looks like all my luck has been spent on that wheel, because when selling assets like usual, the cops ambush me in the most unexpected way. That's why my spider sense actually tingling at the beginning, because there's no delivery counters on the bottom right like usual. I mean, yes, I know the delivery counter is not mandatory, but still though. The Bowery King is pretty much trained at this point, so we killed a bunch of those cops and made our way to the new buyer and finished the job. Look, selling drugs is pretty much outdated now. The cops are already catching up to us. We need a different income source. Because the casino saw me winning the car 2 times and not accepted it, they gave me a free pass to the music locker instead. Oh wait, no, they didn't give me anything. It's not free. The invite was actually to everyone, not me exclusively. But I got invited to a VIP table and met Miguel Madrazo to invite a random homeless guy that got lost in a high-end club and asked to help him to steal something in return for a free party on private island alongside with some cash. Might be the best investment decision Miguel has ever made. But this all ain't happening for free. That's right, Miguel told us to buy a submarine, with the cheapest one around 2 million. Wow. Actually, it's not that much right now as we already gathered enough money for that. But what I'm aiming for is the submarine and the chopper, the Sparrow. We got no money for the Sparrow, so I just bought the submarine instead. The reason we need the Sparrow is because we need it. You know, it's just to save time. I don't like using the dinghy then call my car. Like, why would I want to do that if I can just fly my way there? But I don't have the money for now. As I bring my submarine to the pier, it got stuck and I have to use a dinghy to get to the airport. Everyone is already there. English Dave, Kinda Music, Dr. Dre. Oh yeah, Dr. Dre cancelled the trip as he got his stuff stolen. That's a story for another day. But for now, let's just enjoy the trip to the Cayo Perico. The island is owned by the guy called Juan Strickler, or as everyone knows him, El Rubio. God rest his soul. He threw a massive party and we came in as the organizer. The plot is to fool him so we can steal what's inside the compound in this island as what Miguel instructed. Once the party started, I sneak away and went to the signal tower and hack it. Now from the CCTV we can see the compound from a different angle, but our main target is in the basement. There's something inside the safe and I want that. That's for our main objectives. However, as this is my first time in the island, there are a few things we have to do before going back. The most important thing is to go underwater behind the compound and reach the drainage tunnel. This will be my way in for later on.
What is this? A tunnel? It must be some kind of drainage outlet.
And that concludes our visit to Cayo Perico. Now let's get into the planning board. So the setup will always be the same. I'm choosing the long fin as transportations, getting the safe code from the casino. However, the setup can be done if the main objective is the safe box. If I get pink diamond or Cincimito tequila or anything else, it would be the plasma cutter. But yeah, I won't get into detail on getting these equipments and stuff as it's gonna be quite easy, I think. And we're at the finale right away. See, actually, I haven't played Cayo Perico in almost a year. The last time I played was in this video I made like 9 months ago, and it went terribly. But that's because I was rushed with having a timer for the run. This time, I can take as many time as I needed to reach perfection. By perfections, I mean the elite challenge. Obviously, I have to experience multiple failures to learn the perfect timing to run and kill, especially on the stairs upon reaching El Rubio's room. I don't know why every time I shoot the guy, I always got spotted right away, even with silencers and he's the only guy there. But let's talk about this later as this is not the biggest issue here. Now speaking of the biggest issue, I just realized, I don't know if this is a bug or Rockstar intentionally made the game this way, but after multiple restarts, the game decided that they had enough of my skill issue and put a cooldown on that heist. Insane work, Rockstar.
Fuck you!
Luckily for us, the Bowery King is a very patient guy. But not me! I crash out. Alright. At the time, I was too lazy to email Rockstar supports and I could use a cooldown time to grind more money. Like, I think it was partly my fault, so I don't wanna, be a Karen and tell the manager that I don't deserve the cooldown. So maybe I can just grind for the money in the time being, or just quit the game completely and do something in real life, which is what I did. Alright, so Cayo Perico heist is everyone's favorite heist as this is literally the job that gives the highest payout of the entire game. And we're back to do this shit for real. Oh, really? From the beginning, huh? What kind of diabolical punishment is this? But okay, it's alright. Not everything was bad. As I tried to do the recon mission, the prize this time is the pink diamond. That cost 1.3 million. Oh, I see. Maybe because there's an update going on and that's why my heist before, got interrupted. So while I'm redoing the rest of the setups, I'm gonna explain my goal for this specific job. Since the heist will obviously be my main method for making money, I will attempt to do 3 different ways to tackle the heist. The first one, the OG way. Now this is how I played the finale like from 5 years ago, just to see if this method is still working. And the second one is the loud way. Might be the hardest one to pull off. Doing this loud is doable, however this time I want to do this with at least 2 other players, which is something that I know I will regret later on. And the third one, the meta. Well, the best method to pull this off. So same as usual, me and the Bowery King worked extra hard to get all the necessary equipments and finally infiltrated the island. I used the OG way this time and it all started under the water near the drainage tunnel. We definitely didn't need any scuba suits as it works the same way as jeans and leather jackets in a very contaminated water. Once we reach the compound, proceed to climb up the balcony like this to avoid basically 90% of enemy sights. Do it very slowly, as I fell too many times before, so don't follow my mistakes, alright? I walk so you can run. Speaking about run, you can run as freely as you want to on the rooftop as nobody will care. But walk on the top of the arc, and we reach the stairs to El Rubio's room. Oh yeah, killed one guy here, I almost forgot. Okay, so as you already know, there is one guy that is coming down from the stairs. A few attempts before, I always got caught for no reasons because the enemy's vision cone down there was a little bit inconsistent. However, I was able to overcome it this time by just sneaking behind him and slap his bitch ass. That went pretty well. Inside the room, we gotta rob everything we can get, starting from the hidden safe next to the desk. The amount of money will vary on every attempt, but that doesn't really matter, isn't it? Once I got a key on the table, I went straight to the elevator to use the fingerprint failsafe. Now, for you that never played this heist, don't get intimidated by this, alright? Here's the easy way to do it. Look at the top row of the fingerprint scanner and find the right piece. Then the second row, use the same piece but move it 1 step to the right. Same goes with the third row but move it 2 steps to the right and so on. This applies to every fingerprint scanners. We went down there, unlocked the steel gate and cut the glass right away. The process is pretty much straightforward and for the OG way, the hardest part is the escape. I took that pink diamond with my dirty hands and that will leave some solid handprints on that thing. But anyway, we went back from where we came from and went down the stairs. So the exit gate is on the right, very close to the stairs. However, I have to pay attention if the Juggernaut or any guard is on the move.
And a shift of guards just clocked in. Careful out there. Just because you're fleeing the crime scene of the century.
Alright, so outside is gonna be a little different from what I did a few years back. Gotta kill one guy outside, then took his bike. Now there is one guy driving a jeep quite far from the entrance. And if you ask me, Spartan, why would you want to kill a guy? Like, he's pretty far from the compound, right? Well, I'll tell you here, kids. That's because he's gonna drive all the way through the entrance, spot the dead body, and jinx the rest of the run. So I need him dead. With that, we can safely kill the rest of the guards on the entrance, and don't forget one more camera. But I didn't go straight to the secondary objectives as there is one more jeep that I have to kill. With that, all I have to do left is pray, so the chopper won't be coming this way, and to fill my bag in the main dock area. The downside from using this method, outside of the risk of getting caught while going to this specific place, the loot sometimes not enough to fill the bag. But that's okay for my first big job. Funnily enough, the cutscenes is still playing and we gave Miguel the file that we never got in the first place. I think the schizo role playing is still a thing. Probably Madrazo threw a few pills inside my bag or something. But that doesn't matter. The file is a lost archive now. If you're wondering what's inside the file, ooh man, I believe you don't want to see it, but if you want to, it's best to look it up on Reddit for the enhanced version. Link in the description. I'm joking. I'm not gonna put that in the description. I got 1.6 million in total, and that didn't include the Elite Challenge bonus because I failed the challenge. That's okay, because we really didn't have to spend a long cooldown for the first time finishing the heist. Not long after we dealt with the daily chores of drugs and violence, I bought the Sparrow for $1.8 million, and that didn't include the $240,000 for the homing missiles. And we're back being broke, but with submarine and a chopper, and some other vehicles that cost more than Devin Weston's car, but we're still broke by our standard. At some point, El Rubio's anger has cooled down for a bit, and that is a sign for us to visit the island again. We gotta keep the anger level on high so the panther can be well fed. One successful heist equals one high quality meals for the panther. And speaking about panther, we're gonna be bringing one home this time. No, not the domesticated one, but the one that covered in sapphire. Yeah, the panther statue is back somehow during the recording, and I got that long sight with a full back loot this time. Unfortunately, I was still using the OG method to run the heist. I just want to flex to you guys because I completed the Elite Challenge and this is the most amount of money I got from the heist. 2.1 million. Damn. While El Rubio is still getting pissed in his island, we were back doing business in the mainland and bought the cheapest nightclub I could find. Okay, 1.8. And also a new vehicle for my needs. Gay Tony, being inclusive as usual, welcomed me with warm hands despite my outlooks. He likes a down-to-earth kind of guy that looked like me. My feet literally touches the ground because I'm a broke boy and I just said so.
If you're a broke boy, just say so.
Unfortunately for Tony, I didn't plan on doing anything for the nightclub rather than just use it as a garage for my new terrorbyte. This is my new RV that has better technology inside, but still no bed to sleep. The terrorbyte. Similar to the rest of the service vehicles, it will provide us with some missions that is called the client jobs. Well, of course it has missions, bro. For 1.3 million, it better give me another money-making method. There are 6 client jobs in total. 2 of them require more than 1 person to play, and another 2 missions require a drone station that I have to buy for...
Select a job you want to do.
Shit!
And hey,
I don't want to waste my time and start doing some missions that are available. It will give me more money as well. This time, EJ is back, and he's helping with the robbery in progress. As the first mission, it was conveniently easy to kill the Juggernaut that I never thought would exist in this mission, and after robbing the robber, we just have to escape and... and deliver this stuff to the client and we're done. 32,000 for a quick mission. Not bad. However, the payout on every missions will vary depending on the progression, I guess. Also, the mission we just played will have 30 minutes cooldown, but the good side is there are a few more selections of missions we can do while waiting for the cooldown, and for the next mission, we choose the Collector's Piece. Now, what I did wrong here. I used a chopper instead of ground vehicles because I thought I just have to destroy these targets, but what I actually need to do is to open the back door of the truck. The realization came a bit too late and we failed the mission. There is no consequences though. Another newcomer joined the squad and that is Dragon. 3 players should be enough to finish the rest of the client jobs without any issue. I think these jobs are the least fun I had, but they paid quite good for a 10 minutes job. With the 3 of us, we completed data sweep. No, Actually, EJ did all the job by himself this time, and we replayed the collector's piece and successfully... Oh my god! I mean, successfully delivered the antiques, while all of us lose the cops. Alright, thank you very much. After playing with various players, I realized most of the time our internet connections was not as good as I was expected. But so far, it's still doable, with communications is pretty much needed even on regular missions. And that brings us back to Cayo Perico heist. This time, I'll be doing this with 4 players using the loud approach. Yeah, I said 4 players because Clueless is back to join the squad. We'll put aside client jobs as we can do the rest solo actually, but the heist is the real problem here. When it comes to heist, the approaching method usually determines from the beginning of the finale. But it's kinda different on Cayo Perico. We can be loud from the very beginning when we reach the island, or it could start once we reach the compound, or right after we got the main objective. Just so we're clear, I tried all of them. It went not so well. I started by mentoring all of them a little bit, because some of them never done any heists like Clueless over here. Okay, come here boys. Okay, one by one boys, one by one. That's right, you did well. Come on AJ, you can do it. So just to give him a bigger picture on how we're doing this. But after doing so, I realized the objective is not going loud anymore. Like, this is a stealth approach like how I usually did. It's okay, it's okay. I'm using my muscle memory to go through everything, but I just remember, I never beat the heist on loud. And to make it worse, I never beat the heist with 4 people squad. It's gonna be great.
What the heck? There's a dog.
The fuck? There's a panther?
That is not a dog, that is a panther. The same thing.
How did the panther actually come out, dude? What the fuck?
Oh no.
Oh no, this is the first time I saw this. To turn it even worse, we encountered some bugs like not able to interact with the doors or even the glass to use the plasma cutter.
Anything that's easy to get.
Wait, you cannot do it?
I did press E, but suddenly it just decided to be nah.
Oh shit. Somehow got stuck and not able to do anything while the guard is pointing gun at me. At some point, Dragon had to left the party. Probably he had enough of us. Somehow, after dying a lot, we barely managed to get out from the compound, and I have a bright idea to fill our bags in this situation. As you know, every time we died, the amount of money will keep reducing to the point that we only have 1 million to take home. What a great journey. It was chaotic, it paid so little, it might upset most of us that joined the squad, but hell, it was fun. Now the reason why we decided to call it done, because the internet connection at the time was at the worst, so it contributes to the bugs and deaths that weren't supposed to happen. So instead, we're back on finishing the boring ass client jobs. I bought a drone station for 800,000 and we're gonna use it right away. To be honest with you guys, we don't really need the drone to tackle the mission, as at the end of the day, we gotta pick our guns and kill the target ourselves. Same with the diamond shopping. Evangelico stocks must be drowning right now, as I don't know how many times this store got scored by opportunists like us. And they're not even increasing the security, like, what the fuck? The drone is very delicate, but it did its purpose, so now it's time for today's entertainment.
We are tonight's entertainment.
We killed everyone and it all happened in seconds, and right after that, I waste no time and deliver the diamond to the buyer. That almost concludes all the client jobs except one, and that is the deal breaker. But instead of working, we wasted a bunch of time slacking around before quitting.
How are you gonna turn the corner?
No, he cannot turn it. Come on, show me it fits, bro. By turning to this corner right here.
I don't think
Holy
that's
shit!
changing anything.
Oh no, it might be possible. It might be possible.
It's not possible.
No, it's possible. You just back away a little bit and then. Oh yeah, we have like
from behind.
There's a wall
Give
over
you a
here.
little push.
Oh holy shit! It did fit, man. It did fit. Oh my. You know, sometimes I just enjoy looking at the sky of Los Santos. We don't always have to grind for money, like not doing violence for a second and just look at the beautiful orange clouds that somehow reminds me of something. But what is it? Oh, I need to go back. I need to go back. At this point, it's not about the money. The Bowery King had enough money. But it's the pride, the obligation, the responsibility for doing this on loud with some friends and a full looted bags. I was still unable to pull that off. I did the usual errands to get my daily income because I still need some money to buy the rest of the service vehicles. However, right when I tried to deliver assets to the buyer, like we've done this 1,000,000 times, I had a very bad feeling this time, again. And I was right. Unfortunately, they blocked the way with the truck and it happened quite fast, so my only way to escape is through my way back down there. Thank goodness I'm fast as fuck, boys, so I delivered the package to the new buyer. No more dealing. It's no longer safe. I mean, it's never safe to begin with. So what should I do then, if I cannot sell drugs? I rob jewelry stores. Yes, it pays less, but it's quick and easy. I was grinding to learn the absolute best way to nail it. Perfect route, no mistakes, under 15 minutes. But without looking at any YouTube guide was actually a mistake. I should have done that because for the second time I got hit with a cooldown even without finishing the finale. Sir, they hit the second cooldown. While waiting, I got called for help, and this is why the Bowery King is respected, because he always the first one to lend a hand for people that need it. And not to mention that I got paid a little bit as well for operating a chopper and full heavy weaponized plane. The whole operation was orchestrated by Oscar, if you remember him. But this ain't my job and I'm only here because they asked me for help. After all the fails and cooldowns, I finally cracked the solo Cayo Perico heist with the meta method. No distractions, no team drama, just me, my plan and pure efficiency. Every step is calculated, every shortcut memorized. This run isn't just about getting in and out, it's about doing the fastest, cleanest way possible. So, the meta way it is. Very different from the previous attempts, even from the very beginning of the finale. Instead of going to the compound right away, we went to the left side to reach the landing strip. Now I parked the speedboat very neatly not too close to the land so I can easily use it after. We kill the 2 guards nearby and shoot the camera so we can steal the jeep safely and proceed to the hangar. One more guard there, I surely unalive him and went inside the hangar to loot everything. This is a zero-sum game. If we were happy, someone needs to be angry. And that someone is El Rubio. Once we're done with the ground floor, it's time to go the upper floor using the forklift. There is a crate we can lift to use it as a platform to climb, and behind the barrier, there is a hidden door with more stash that we can loot. The whole warehouse single-handedly fill our bag. But if by any chance the game decided to troll you and left a small space in your bag, don't worry, we can visit a small shack on the other side of the building. But let's say you're like me, a happy man with a bag full of cocaine. Then we can safely go back to the boat and proceed straight to the compound using the usual way. As we entered using the drainage tunnel, I did everything the same way with my eyes closed. Oh wait, okay, now that we reached the stairs to El Rubio's room. Now, a few hours ago, I got caught without knowing the reason. And now, I still don't know the reason. But, I know how to avoid getting detected. It's simple. You melee the guy instead of shooting him. Yep, that's it. What do you expect? Some 1000 IQ move? No, it's simple like that and we're done. Getting out from the compound through the gate, take the bike and swim away. With that, my second goal on using the meta way is finally achieved in almost 50 hours in. Yesterday, I was a homeless guy. I steal, rob, hurt people from the working class, but right now, not even a billionaire can stop me. I could never imagine this day would come to have the title of the Bowery King. From getting welfare check every week, to checking a display case every now and then in a private island. From thinking twice on buying ammunition from a robbery, to rejecting every Cincy Mito tequila because it only gave me 600,000. I feel like I'm trapped in this island. What did I do wrong? My main goal is to get money. But when I get money, I feel empty now. I think I found the answer. It's not about the money. It's about the journey, the adventure, the friendship we met along the way. Therefore, we have to go back to the island once more to finish my last objective of the Cayo Perico heist. With the same crew of 3 people, we came back to the island for the last time. By the last time, I mean the last time I show you the heist process in this video. We started from the very beginning and all the setups are done in seconds as they already know what to do. This is like the 50th attempt probably, but I'm exaggerating. Say hello to El Rubio as we're gonna piss him off for the last time. And this time, I want to make sure I made him really angry by going loud. We all went to the airstrip and just barged in without thinking twice. The plan is to fill the bag before entering the compound. We defended ourselves pretty well and somehow made our way to the compound safely. This is off with a good start and I had a good feeling. But it all went down right after we stepped foot inside the compound. I didn't expect the guards are that many. I might be able to climb the balcony and thinking using my way will be as easy as before, but I was wrong. Both EJ and Clueless are struggling to get up here as they got no cover when climbing and to contribute to our deaths. Holy shit. The Juggernaut was also arrived in the battle. And that Jug obliterated the hell out of us. Since doing this loud with 2 other people is still a hard thing to do, we decided to switch the goal to just simply kill the Juggernaut. We might have found different ways to kill him, but the only thing matters if we could escape the place after killing the Jugs, right? That might not be so easy. But finally, we managed to pull that off in a definitely a short time. Holy shit, the Jug's actually taking covers, bro. Okay, he's dead, the Jug's dead. But regardless, this is the point of the video. I had fun. The Bowery King had fun. And we managed to establish connections with good people and brought the community much closer than before. Also take the picture with this beautiful cashier as well.
She didn't help with the heist.
Osh, get close to her a little bit.
Wait, how do I use an action?
Tap. Spamming, keep spamming.
Did you get it?
Not yet, I didn't get yours. Okay, there we go, we got it. And because we live in a generous community nowadays, I bought a plane. The Avenger. You know, John Wick has his favorite car stolen, right? But did you know he also has an aircraft, according to my own video? That's right, I bought the thing from him and he's pretty much retired, right? Hey man, how you doing? Is this everything? Oh, so you decided to take away the weapons and hide them inside your newly bought mansion that cost 12 millions, right? And you picked that horny AI too? Cool. And you know man, like I cannot pay you with the gold coins, so can I ask you for a little discount? As John leaving the scene, the Avenger is on the Bowery King's possession, an accurate depiction of what happens in the movie. The Avengers has 6 missions in total and in addition 3 LSA operations that will become another money-making method. I had PTSD the last time I did the career progress on this one, but it's different this time. Not only the Bowery King is well prepared, we're also not doing it alone. NotTheRealSpartan came to my aid to take out all the mercenary problems. Well, we went through all of this as John Wick before, and the difficulty was vastly different when doing it with friends compared to doing it alone. Even on the falling in, for example, it used to be impossible to get my hands on the cargo, but with NotTheRealSpartan's help, the whole operation was a cakewalk. However, there's still an issue. One tiny bit of issue actually. Okay. On the 3rd mission, we got invited to test a new aircraft called the Raiju. The plane has everything we need, like missiles, explosive machine guns, and even a stealth option to avoid the SAM turret. We got training and stuffs, definitely not my forte, so I just did the bare minimum on the shooting training. After the training, we got ambushed by the Meriwether as they usually sniff someone who got nice things or new toys. This ain't our first dogfight, so we strapped and ready to gun them down. But this time, it was a bit difficult, I would say. And it's not even about the Avengers, those are different beasts. Hell no, bro. Oh shit. Wah, GG. Wah, gila. So, if you guys didn't know, these Avengers has the health bar of Rykard in Elden Ring. And imagine if you are not allowed to use Serpent Hunter. But there is a way to cheese these guys. One of the Avenger will die out of nothing eventually, the other will follow us wherever we go. I brought it to the city and let it stuck on trees or building and eventually destroyed itself. And it worked again. If did it correctly. Now, in my case, I don't fucking know what's happening. We successfully destroyed both Avengers, but the mission is not ending nor we got any notification. For some reason, it didn't register the kill. So I went there and saw the Avenger carcass lying around. How could this happen, honestly? There's not a single chance for the pilot to survive. He is still shooting me while getting stuck inside the Avenger and I couldn't even shoot him. What a diabolical situation. We got stuck for a long time and we have to restart the whole thing. Ya bro.
Hati-hati, posisi ini lu sih ditembak nih.
Gak apa. Gak bisa ternyata. We tried various methods, but at the end, I have to take advantage of a 2 versus 1 situation and do the mission as Rockstar intended. I also noticed that the Avenger took me as their priority target, so while I took the bait, I let Nori do the killing, and after spending an hour on this specific mission, we got the job done. Kurang ajar dia. Nice. Wah, gila akhirnya. As we continue with the rest of the mission, it was very smooth sailing most of the time. The Bowery King doesn't care about money at this point as making stacks is not an issue anymore. Speaking about that, the Avenger provides a new money-making method. It's called the LSA operation. Only 3 missions in total and all of them paid far better than the 6 annoying missions we played before. So I genuinely never played this mission before. I'll walk through you guys as my first time as well, but if you have any advice to do these missions efficiently, please let me know in the comments down below, alright? Direct action. This is what John Wick and Bowery King has in common. Me and Nori were tasked to steal a tornado inside the carrier ship. I haven't been there since the Humane Labs raid, and yet they're still not reinforced their defense. So because we know how the security level was, we don't even care if we get caught by them because I know we can take them even on loud. We jumped down straight to the chopper and land inside the ship. As I expected, there weren't many people there, so I don't really mind them much and kill them casually. They didn't stand a chance as we moved quick and we made our way to the containers. These containers filled with a weaponized vehicle that we need to deliver, but the main priority is a Toreador. To open the container, I need to get a keycard that somehow, without any clue, we know it already is gonna be on the control tower. That's why this is a job for the Bowery King, because he's a psychic as well. Or probably we get the intel from using pigeons, I don't know. With the keycard, we can open all the containers and stall the Toreador, alongside with the ATVs with guns. I forgot what they called. Oh, si ini nembak ini ya?
Hancurin dulu.
Ini bisa nih pakai roket.
Caranya?
Ini bisa nih. Ntar, lu jangan di situ deh, nanti takutnya meledak.
Oke. Nice.
Itu ada orang tuh. Ah. Wah!
Astagfirullah!
The fuck, maaf. I thought using rockets to kill the remaining enemies is a good idea, but I destroyed the ATVs as well, man. So, because I think we have limited time on this whole mission, I escaped right away, leaving Nodi behind because the objective is to deliver the Toreador.
Gila sih emang.
Lah, lu mesti kesini juga BTW.
Oh no.
Oh shit, man.
Oh no.
Yeah, because of my own stupidity, we have to restart the whole thing. It went all smoothly this time though, and we got 50k for the completion. Every mission has a bonus task that will give you extra reward, but because I don't care much about it, I'm just doing it my way. Surgical strike. We launch another attack on Meriwether, but first we have to find the smuggler. I have to actually find the smuggler because my Avenger cannot stop farting. Well, even after killing, my Avenger is still farting, oh man. But anyways, the smuggler's phone pinned us the location of Meriwether base. Now, I don't know why we should tag every container in the base if we are about to airstrike the entire base at the end of the day, but we did that the hard way as there are too many personnel in the location. Once the base completely destroyed, we stole the Menacer out of nowhere, actually, like he just came by. That's the backup they were talking about, and we're back to the lockup to store the vehicle. That's for another 50k. Close to 50k. For the final mission, we were told to invade a government facility. That's right, we're not only making enemies to private militaries, but also with the IAA.
What the fucking shit you done the mic for? Playing your fucking mouth, mate. I'm a grown man.
Stole a cargo boat from another government facility and then proceed to steal another government property, that is an EMP, and use it to infiltrate the IAA facility. The mission was supposed to be straightforward, but I guess we were fully gagging too much to the point that the power was back on. But we were quite lucky that we managed to kill most of them agents before the lights back on, or it could be a tiring mission. After getting the server, we need to deliver it to the reporter, but I don't know how we still get the cops on us, and even after reaching the destination, there isn't any option to deliver the server. She refused to accept the thing. But actually, she accepted it if Nodi was the one delivering. What is this, some kind of neo-racism towards me?
Cool, thanks.
Oh my god, why am I still on this island? Oh, right, yeah, I need money. The final hours I spent on Cayo Perico is solely for one goal only. The final service vehicle on the list. A super yacht for 6 millions. Wait, hold on, 7 millions as well, and 8 millions.
$7 million? Damn! It's Christmas. We're going to Applebee's after this.
Why is this a service vehicle, to be honest? This doesn't provide anything other than comfort and a showcase of wealth. But we're not here for either comfort or wealth. Well, maybe a little bit of wealth, but we're following John Wick's path by going a super yacht life. Captain Brendan Darcy, your Australian captain, associated with John Wick before. With the homeless community aiding support for the last time, yes, they will be helping for the sake of brotherhood, and definitely not because of the server failing and kicking my ass out every time I play because of this fucking bullshit. This will be our final job. As the introductory to the life of the rich, we were told on how to deal with those people. And thanks to the hard life we had before, using violence is our way to stay on top. That is lesson number 1 in the community. We kill the joyriders and proceed to destroy these millionaire ships on the docks. I don't even have to do the shooting now since I have 2 other acquaintances to do the job for me. As what happened before with John, the captain got kidnapped once again, and this is where we have to decide on what action is the best option in this situation. The second lesson from all of this journey, and it's about gambling. Always bet on something you're willing to lose, and I'm willing to lose my life over the captain and the bartender. The chances of 3 homeless psychopaths against 20 Korean gangsters are pretty good. This ain't our first rodeo. And the third lesson, don't do drugs, because if you do, you won't be able to fly a Tula and take those fires in a short period of time like me. Also, you won't be able to communicate with each other, so it would be hard to destroy all of the AC units while stealing the truck. Or maybe because you are high as fuck, you won't be able to defend your homies in a yacht while getting invaded by those Korean gangsters while the lights off. But because we are as sober as a day, those things can be completed without any issue, and we all back to the lesson number 1 when it comes to the solution. That is the end of the journey. Oh wait, hold on. There is still one more client job that I haven't done. Busting a deal. That's right, with the same crew we took down the deal and stole the package before finishing the mission. A small and easy job for us.
Alright, that's how you do it.
With $60 million collected in total, we can finally afford one thing to end this adventure. A $60,000 shoes. And we bought them in 69 hours. From a homeless person to the Bowery King. The underground community will keep expanding under his command, and those who help him along the way will always be remembered, as they are those people who lift the throne.
My opinion, I think it's time you want my opinion. I think it's time you set some boundaries.
Hey! You've been busy? Look, John, I ain't gonna waste your time. I know you're a busy man. But you know, I was thinking if you want to join the community by clicking the join button on my YouTube channel. You know, you can watch the member exclusive videos if you have like a very little spare time, and even get early access on my new uploads. Oh, and I'll put your name. You know what? I'll put your name at the end of every video, just like this. You know, like the credit rolls in. $1 is already enough, man. I don't ask for big money. See, John, I consider you as a reliable alliance. So, what do you say?
Yeah.